It is viewers like you that make videos like this possible. Please support MickeyMousePark.com.
Now this is interesting. This is going to be Captain Hook's pirate ship, which we all know as the Chicken of the Sea tuna boat. And it was built in the mill where Lincoln is now, and as you can see, moved across the park to its location. And again, like the flight to the moon, this was one of the attractions that was right at the end. So we're looking at this, gosh, it's only a couple of weeks from opening. And if you do get a chance to look at the footage that's in the Kinescope opening day of Disneyland, you can see that the boat was painted red. It's black and white, but you can tell they put paint on it, and there were no details. None of the beautiful gold filigree work was on. It was just a piece of wood that had been painted red, and that's about as far as they could get on that opening day.
And where, other than the fact that it was damaged and thus destroyed, where were you planning on putting this in the Fantasyland rehab in the early 80s?
Well, we carved out a space right at the end of the ride where currently you come out into Eric's castle area as you leave the ride, and it was just north of that towards Small World. And so someday, but much of this boat is salvaged, and in the current Peter Pan ride, all the pieces that we could lift off of it and restore into the Peter Pan ride itself, painted in blacklight. And the entire boat was duplicated for Disneyland Paris. And you can visit it with Skull Rock Cove and everything in Disneyland Paris.
In orientation to today, where is this in Disneyland now?
It is exactly on the footprint of the Dumbo ride.
That's what I know. Yeah.
And behind it, you can see what is now Storybook Land and the Casey Jr. Railroad. At the time, there was nothing but dirt, and they didn't know what they were going to do with it, so they called it Canal Boats of the World. And the rumor is that Bill Evans, who is the great legendary landscape architect for Disneyland, labeled the weeds so that the ride operators talked about Obile Vulgaris and various things along the way.
Latin names?
Yeah.
As construction of Fantasyland reached a frantic pace prior to opening in 1955, it became apparent that there was not enough room left in Fantasyland to build the pirate ship. So space was cleared behind the Main Street Opera House, which was being used as the lumber mill, and the entire ship was constructed backstage. Shortly before opening, the fantasy of the flying ship came true, when the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship actually flew into Fantasyland, courtesy of a nearby construction crane. Originally Captain Hook's pirate ship set in a simple pond. In 1960, the pond became an exotic tropical setting from Peter Pan, with the addition of Skull Rock. The Chicken of the Sea pirate ship and restaurant was a Disneyland landmark from 1955 until 1982, although the name changed to Captain Hook's Galley when Chicken of the Sea dropped its sponsorship in 1969. Chicken of the Sea pirate ship and restaurant served tuna sandwiches, salads, hot tuna pie, and beverages. From Walt Disneyland Dictionary 1968, a gay Spanish galleon from Walt Disney's film Peter Pan provides a poop deck for a different view of Fantasyland. It includes a cafeteria featuring famous Chicken of the Sea tuna dishes. Seating is in a Pirate's Cove next to Skull Rock.
Ask any mermaid you happen to see, what's the best tuna, Chicken of the Sea?
Originally, the ship was made entirely of wood, but with the wood sitting in water for so long, it began to rot. Over the years, the wood was partially replaced by concrete, so when it was decided to remove the ship for the remodeling of Fantasyland, it was not possible to save it. Destruction of the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship and restaurant. Fantasia themed, served pure grape juice and frozen juice bars. From Wed Disneyland Dictionary 1968, features refreshing grape juice served by Welch's Grape Juice Company.